and welcome back. This is Heidi Ellsworth with Roofers Coffee Shop, and we are in Innsbruck, Austria. Yes, you heard me right. Innsbruck, Austria. We are here for the International Federation of Roofing Contractors competition for young roofers. And wow, it has just been kind of a dream come true to have the U.S. competing for the first time in the IFD competition. So we wanted to talk to all of our competitors and give you a little insight on who they are and what's going to be happening this week. So I want to welcome Luke and Adam from Durable Slate. Hello.
Hello.
These gentlemen are going to be competing in the steep slope competition. So let's start out with some introductions so we can get to know you too. Go ahead.
My name is Adam Wilcher, and I'm a roofer at the Durable Slate Company in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Awesome.
And I'm Luke Frediger, and I'm also a roofer at Cincinnati.
So, okay, before we get into the competition and talking about everything, I want to know a little bit about both of you. So, Adam, let's start with you. How did you get into roofing? And I'd kind of like to know why. What, how long you've been in roofing, and what do you think about it?
I got into roofing through mutual friends. Actually, Luke was the one that introduced me to it through another mutual friend that we have at Durable. And I've had a good time so far. We travel a lot, which is really fun.
That's cool.
Especially while you're young. It's a good time.
Where are some of the places you've traveled to?
We've been to Texas, Los Angeles, California, Tennessee, a few other places around Cincinnati as well.
And now Austria.
And now Austria.
Now Austria.
A little farther than Texas.
So tell me just a little bit about what type of roofing that you are doing on a day-to-day basis.
We do slate roofing mostly, but we also do tile and copper roofs.
Wow, the craftsman roofing. Let me tell you. Luke, tell us a little bit about your journey into roofing.
Well, I was in between jobs, and my best friend, his mom's boyfriend, Dylan, offered me a job at Durable Slate, and I've been here ever since.
Wow, that's great. And so tell me about some of the projects that you've been working on at Durable Slate.
Mostly the ones with him, but Dallas, Texas, we had a pretty big job there. Carroll College in Montana, VA building in Johnson City, Tennessee, so been all over the place.
And mostly slate, tile, kind of a little bit of everything?
Yeah. Well, it's usually always slate for us.
So, okay, I don't even know how long ago it was, but tell us, when did you first hear about this competition?
I'd say we first heard about it about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And honestly, I didn't think it was a real thing. I thought somebody was messing with me a little bit. But once we started to get to know more about it, I realized that it was a real thing that was happening.
You know, I have to tell you, when John and Gary asked us, along with Steve and RJ asked us to come along, I thought it was a joke too. I was like, okay, really? Are you serious? This is awesome. Yeah. So when you heard about going to Austria, I mean, what did you think, Luke?
I was pretty excited. My family is from Austria, so I just thought it'd be really cool to be around here.
Yeah. So, okay, so 6 months ago you heard about this. Once you realized it was real and that this was really happening, what were some of the things that you started doing to prepare for this contest?
Well, first we got our mock-up built to mimic what they have here, and then just practicing day to day, learning the system that they do, which is a little different than what we do.
Yeah.
It was a little difficult at first, but once we got the hang of it, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I mean, you guys do this every day, but you are going from the imperial measurements to metric, which is maybe, how was that?
It's not that hard, honestly.
Yeah,
Dividing
really?
by 10 is way easier than 16s, so
Okay.
it's a pretty easy conversion.
Need a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And what did you think the specification? Well, first of all, let's talk about. So tomorrow you're doing synthetic slate, which you have not done as much about before. So what do you think about that system, and how's that work? What was practicing on that like?
That's probably going to be the biggest challenge for us because they have about 10 inches built up from the deck board, and in America we usually just throw felt paper on the deck.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I don't know. It should be an interesting challenge for us,
but you've had some chances to practice to go through that. So, and then the next day is clay tile. So that is probably a little bit easier, right?
Yeah, it should be. The valley was a challenge to learn at first, but we'll be able to get it done.
Okay, talk to me a little bit about that. What was the challenge with the valley? Just so for everybody out there who's listening, who's like going, we want to know more about the specifications here.
Well, usually when we do a tile valley, it's just cut to a line straight up the valley, but this is a very decorative one. So it's a bunch of layers built up to make it look really nice all the way up.
It's just like a continuous flow of slate through the roof. It doesn't have like any sharp cuts or any of that.
Yeah.
So I hear you had been practicing like full days every week. And so how were your mock-ups? How did you feel about your mock-ups, especially talking about the tile with that kind of decorative after you got that done? Was that pretty cool to see?
Yeah, I mean, it was a hard mental process to throw the valley down, but once you get up 5, 6, 7 right there, and it looks really cool.
Makes more sense.
Yeah.
The last day is freestyle. So, I mean, this is, when I say it's like the Olympics, this really is like the Olympics. So 3 days of different competitions. The last day is freestyle, which is slate. So what, any insights on that freestyle, or is it a secret till we get there?
We're going to keep it a secret to make it interesting.
Well, and I can tell you, speaking of Next Gen, Megan Ellsworth is here producing, of course, and we're going to be capturing all of that, so we'll be able to see exactly what happens at the freestyle on Friday. Thinking about your families at home and just all of your teammates who you work with, what does this mean to both of you when you really look at it for the U.S. being here the first time? Let's start with you.
Oh man, I don't know. I think it's just kind of solidifies my job for my family. I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I mean, it shows that I'm really trying to be good at this instead of just another job, I guess. So
roofing respect, a little bit of the craftsman that we're looking at, that professionalism. Yeah, I love that. What do you think?
What he said a little bit, yeah, but also all the work that everyone put in our lives to get us to this point. Our moms, our teammates back at Durable, all of them putting that in. We really want to do what we can for them.
Okay, you're going to make me teary, so I think it's time. Okay, all I want to say is good luck, because I know you're going to do amazing. We're going to be sharing this all week on exactly how Luke and Adam do. So everybody positive, be watching the YouTube channel so you can see them do spectacular work here in Innsbruck, Austria. Thank you so much, both of you. Thank you, and thank you. Keep watching. We have more coming. We're going to talk to all the teams, all the mentors, and everybody involved in this year's IFD Young Roofers Competition.